House sports all place.
Rebel soul child got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get checked up, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, no we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride, you do better keeping it quiet, my pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened, I like who I am, but I'm biased, the palette is right, and my drip is a fountain, I'm not like these regular guys, all of that talk is misguided, she like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim. I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch, the label cut the check like the bladesman. Something sparking where his brain is. The beat is somewhere where their prayers in. Geronimo, the way I make the bass jump when no parachute is tasted.
What is going on, people? This is Throwing Hands, the #1 MMA podcast in the world. It is your co-host Josh, and I got my boy James. How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm always good. How you today?
Not too bad, not too bad. I did a little overtime today at my job. That's pretty much about it. And then I just drove over where I'm recording now. Shout out to Love the Moon Healing.
Yeah, shout out. Man, so you a little tired today, or you still cause man, this weekend, that was a long one.
That was a long weekend. I'm still in recovery mode from that. That's how tired I am. And I had to work the next day after that event too. And boy, I didn't get home until 2 a.m. because the whole event didn't end until midnight.
Yeah, the event didn't end until right, like you said, like midnight, and then there was a little after party shindig. We stayed around for a second, mingled, but yeah, man, it was a long one, but it was great. It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome because in shout out to SA Alliance, the guy that runs it, what he was explaining that his goal, his dream was to bring it to Arizona and have it, that true, authentic 200-year-old tradition be brought to life here locally. So I thought that was really cool to finally get to experience that and be a part of it too.
Yeah, no, that was like the biggest part to me that was just really dope to see is just the everything else that goes along with it, the rituals, the spiritual aspect, and like I kept saying all night, man, it was like peace, just like a peaceful war the whole time. It was like a peaceful war the whole time, and that was just really dope. You know, the music in the background with the rhythm. You know, it was a really dope event all the way around.
Yeah, it was a really great dynamic with the humility and then just how much of a fire and ferociousness that they had in the cage, or in the ring, I should say.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Martinez, Leandro started the night off with a victory, won the title. That was a really good fight too. Really, really good fight.
Yeah, it was. And then his brother Antonio got to close out the show too with the dub.
Yeah. No, that was dope to see
His
them
brother Antonio got to close out the show.
To open up and then close out brother and brother, and then his little brother to win the title before he closed the main event out. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was dope, bro. It was dope.
So who do you say have fight of the night?
Say again?
Who do you say have fight of the night?
I'd have to go with Tim Hourhan. Like his opponent Cameron Hickman, just the clinic that was shown, and they were going back and forth. That was probably the most aggressive and most violent one, I would say, just because how like straight on they were. Like you saw Cameron's head pop back every single shot.
You know, call me biased if you want to, but I'm gonna say Jose. I like the talent that he displayed with the different arsenal, like the flying knees, the double knee from the clinch, vicious elbows, man, vicious elbows. He opened them up. I mean, to me, he had the most impactful fight.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, with Ruf 53 out of the corner, now we also have Ruf 54 ahead. We're already on the works of that, right?
Puff and Rough and Puff.
Oh, is it really going to be a Rough and Puff?
I mean, I would just assume. We'd have to wait for the total announcement, but I would just assume it was going to be a Rough and
Puff. Hey, let's hope so. That'd be pretty dope.
I mean, it's 420 weekend.
That is true. That's very true.
I mean, but without total announcements made, we do have a very special guest tonight.
That's right. That's right. We most certainly do. And let me tell you something. This man is a hurricane, a force of nature ready to dish out pain. You best not post up in his frame, or else he may go insane in the brain. This guy is ready to go beast mode, like Beast Boy, turn your ass into a chew toy. The crowd in the back be making some noise, but the crowd in the front are regretting their choice of entertainment as they witness a horror galore inside a blood sport where you strike forth and leave your opponents on all fours. And if you're not ready, then there's the door. But hey, let me tell you something. Don't worry, I'll be honest. He's a soldier on a mission to be malicious. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is absolutely vicious. He's the one and only Enrique Barcenas.
Hey, what's up,
What's
bro?
up,
Thank
man?
you for that. I'm good. What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
How are you guys?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
Mm.
So let's get into it. So we don't have any announcements yet. We don't know who your opponent is, anything like that. But we are fighting on.
Yeah. I do know who I'm fighting. I don't know if I'm allowed to say or not. So,
We'll keep it under wraps.
yeah.
We'll keep it
I
in
won't lie.
question
I
mark.
think I have a slight idea, but yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Um,
I'm excited though. That your fight, especially, I've been wanting to see for a good minute now because of your style of fighting, how aggressive you are.
Yeah. Um, I'm definitely gonna still be aggressive, but I've definitely been focusing on like when to be aggressive and when to let that out instead of just like letting that out and like blowing shit.
Yeah,
is
so
it
you don't
hard
want
to
to gas
bottle up all
yourself
that
up.
energy?
Um, so like for me, it's just the adrenaline dump.
Mhm.
Um, it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. So mainly, I've just been focusing on trying to calm down and pick my shots, and then pick when to explode. So it's gonna be different, but you guys are still gonna be entertained. I promise. It'll still be dope.
Like controlled chaos, I would say, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No. You. I'm sure you'll never let us down in that category. Entertainment, man. You bring a ferociousness to the ring, and you can always see it on the other side from your opponents because I know they've watched you fight, so they're always like, "Fuck!" As soon as this bell rings, it's fucking on. So
Yeah. Like I said, it's still a fight at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So I'm still gonna treat it as such. But it's also you got to look at this like a chess match as well. It's not a street fight. It's way different.
Hmm. Exactly. And that's what I think is really beautiful about the sport too, because it's really violent chess. Yes, you got to be able to have that fire and that ability to knock them out, take them to the ground, do whatever you can to just absolutely dominate. But you got to be able to control it and know when to have the proper flow of motion, when to utilize your tools, and just all going from there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what I haven't shown yet is what I'm capable of in certain things. As far as I'm not gonna spill too many beans, but I haven't showed you guys a lot of what I'm capable of, and I'm excited for that. You guys have seen
so
a little bit of the wrestling, but I haven't showed you anything yet.
Hell yeah.
okay, so we're gonna bring more arsenals. So what does that mean as far as like camp goes? What kind of what have you done differently in camp this time around? This time around to kind of prepare yourself for that.
So mainly just cross train. Just try to get different bodies. Uh, we went out to California. Uh, we've only got to go once just because money and shit like that.
Mhm. It's
But
expensive going out there.
trying to travel and train. So
Mhm.
but we've been going to Legion on Saturdays, doing some rounds over there. We've gone a few other places, but mainly just Legion. Um, I've been training with those guys down there,
Okay. And how
and yeah.
Okay, and so how important do you feel it is to cross train? Because I think that's another element of fighting people don't really see too much. Because if you're just training with the same set of guys constantly, then it's you. I wouldn't say necessarily limit yourself, and it's no disrespect on those guys, but if like you're going against somebody who has a different style of build that isn't at where you normally train with, you want to be able to kind of explore and find somebody to meet that and just find a way to blend everything together.
Exactly. See, I can see both sides of it on that because I mean, of course, I have my regular like training partners, of
Mm-hmm.
course, and it's mainly just Austin.
Hey, he's
Um,
a big motherfucker.
um, I that's my main training partner, honestly. Like that's who I get most of my rounds with. That's who gives me my work. Like he was trying to kill me earlier in our round. So, um, he's been a lot of help. That's definitely. I told him, I was like, dude, I need you to take me into deep waters, and I need you to just make me live there. And he's done that for me, and I appreciate the hell out of him for that. He's been amazing to have in my camp.
Now, have with that being said, like you trying to bring more of your weaponry out in the octagon. Um, you know, do you guys spar a little different? Do you put yourself in a little in different scenarios to kind of imitate situations, or is it more of just your focus mentally?
That cut out like that whole time, dude. Like I don't know what the hell happened, but that cut out that whole
Well, I'm
question.
gonna try to
I think
repeat the
James was
question.
just in a moment and he was just speaking two different languages at once.
Maybe. No, but I was saying, so with you wanting to bring out more of your, I think we might be frozen again. Are we frozen again?
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
there
there
we
we go.
Okay, okay, there goes. We're
go. All right.
good.
So with you wanting to bring out more of your arsenal this time around, do you put yourself in like scenarios in sparring, or do you spar differently, or is it more of a mentality thing that you're trying to implement?
So for me, I feel like it's my mind. It's definitely I'm trying to think more during sparring and like doing what I'm doing and trying not to just do things.
Hmm.
If that makes sense, like
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Trying
about why I'm doing something before I do it. Like
trying to be
not
calculated.
overanalyzing, but it's more reaction. Um, I'm just
Right.
Go for that
No,
ultra instinct mode.
yeah,
yeah,
because you got that adrenaline pumping, so it's like, zoning in and kind of honing in on what you want to do more than, reacting. Is that what it is?
yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah. So what is kind of training like for you to be able to, because you say that you're working on like becoming more of like a controlled chaos, to be more calculated and honed in, but to really execute and display more of your talents. What kind of things do you typically do in training for that?
Um, like I said, it's really just trying to calm down and not brawl, get into firefights when I'm sparring. So like I
Yeah.
feel like my entries in the past weren't the worst, but I feel like I kind of got away from myself as far as just throwing and overthrowing and um I have I had some holes, I'm going to be honest, and I've taken a while off and I've made a lot of improvements like just because I've been away, guys, I have not been away. I've not stopped training. I've been working my ass off, and I promise you
Mhm.
guys are going to see that.
Hell yeah. And that's why we love bringing out the human side of the fighters, because that's what like casual people don't necessarily see, that just because there may be even a small period of inactivity or where you're just working behind the scenes, they don't see how much blood, sweat, and tears you're putting into it and all the real fights that you're putting on in the back just to get to this step in your life.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of ink that goes on the paper before you enter the octagon, for sure. And people don't really get to see that side of it, or don't get to hear that side of the story, and how much effort you put in and day out, and mentally, it's a lot on you mentally too to stay in there and do what you do. So it's always hats off to that. Has
Exactly.
has your diet or anything changed with this since you've kind of been off? You haven't really had to worry about weight loss or anything like that. Has your
Yeah.
diet changed a little bit?
Um. Yeah, it did for a little bit, but as soon as like I got in the mode that I wanted to fight, I started backing up a little bit because I wanted to fight on this last card, but I had a few people decline, and
Oh,
so I didn't get to fight on that card, unfortunately. And
That
then
was
the same opponent that I have now actually told me that he was down, but by that time I had stopped cutting weight and like I was. Uh,
yeah,
but
and you can't put your body through that same trauma
yeah,
immediate
it
like
was
that.
like literally like 10 days.
Oh,
They were like, "Hey,
bro.
you want this guy?" And I was like, I'm fat."
I got myself a unit
This
abs.
is like, yeah, I know. Like, coach texted me, and I was like, "Coach, I'm fat as hell right now."
It's too close.
Yeah,
I'm at the
that's
bar right
awesome.
now.
Yeah,
All right, two shots
no.
in.
I don't drink. I don't drink. Uh,
Two
but yeah,
donuts in.
I do not. Only on like very, very special occasions.
Yeah.
What's your go-to meal when you're outside of weight focus?
Bro, I got a sweet tooth like a motherfucker, bro. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Same.
I like just candy, bro.
Dude, that's
But
how
like
I am.
meal wise, probably like, bro, I don't even know. Like, I don't eat it often, but I've been craving like some quesadilla tacos, bro. So
Ooh.
bad, dude. I keep seeing posts and stuff, and I'm like,
75th and
soon,
Indian.
bro,
That's my
soon.
favorite spot for 'em.
Where's it?
75th and Indian School,
Okay,
right across the street from the drive-through liquor store. That place is
okay,
fire.
sweet. All right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna check them out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you currently in the process of officially starting the cut now that we're just a month out?
I've been started, bro. Oh
Okay.
yeah, no, yeah, I've been going.
Okay. How long do your weight cuts typically go for? Because you seem like you kind of try to go for like a slow downward end.
I
Is that
do,
right?
I do. 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I figured, especially too, if you wanted to, you want to be able to optimize your body's health without just a drastic weight cut like that. It seems like going kind of like a slower end of it is going to be the most advantageous for you.
Well, that's where I fucked up last time. So we're trying some different shit. Not no excuses, but I definitely had a very fucked up weight cut last time.
Oh man. Well,
It was
plus
hell.
too, yeah, as an amateur, you're still learning. You're still learning,
Exactly.
progressing, and it's like that saying that I always love: amateurs get it right, and then or amateurs keep doing it until they get it right, and pros do it till they never get it wrong. And that's exactly what you guys are doing right now. You're honing your craft to become the best version of yourself.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
You know, what was it about the last or you said the last weight cut was a little off, right? So what
Yeah.
was it that, you know, what was it that kept that kind of made it difficult for you? Was it just
I
you started it too fast, trying to push it too fast, or
I feel like yeah. I feel like I took it not serious enough in the sense of I didn't start early enough.
okay. So you're trying to
Okay.
cram everything
Because at
into the
first I was
2 weeks?
fighting at 55 and that was cake, dude. Like I would weigh in at like 54, 52.
And it just be a
So
breeze.
yeah, so I was like, I made 52 and I was fine. Like I was still drinking water and stuff. So,
What made you decide to go for 145 in that last one?
um, just cause honestly, just the size. Um, nothing really other than that. Like
Okay.
I would still fight at 55. I'm still open to it. But
Okay.
And but at 145, you're still keeping the power, still keeping the speed and agility. So
yeah, exactly. And like 55 was just like the first dude I fought was 6 foot. The second dude I fought was like 6'3". I was
So
like,
it's like, bro,
dude,
give me a good matchup.
bro.
I'll tell you
it
one.
is like it is true though that that 10-pound difference is give like 3 feet. It's like a whole foot of person for real.
Dude, it's crazy, bro.
I
Yeah.
know, but hey, I tell you what, I remember the first time I watched you fight. I forget which rough it was, but when you fought, it was it Caleb and Cenas. You
Yeah,
guys, dude, I gotta say, I love the fucking war that you put on through there because I could see how you guys were, and he had like a couple inches in height, but you were zoned in and you were ready for war.
there was a lot of emotions getting up to that fight.
Hmm. Well, so tell me that side because, like, again, we love bringing out the human side, and not a lot of casual people see the mental and the emotional aspect that leads up to every fight?
Um, I just felt like a lot of people doubted me, and that was like my, I don't know, like that was my moment. No one is gonna take it from me. Like I stood in the mirror before that fight, and I was telling myself, "This is my time. He can have his time, but it's not tonight. Tonight is me." And
Yeah.
I was, I was not gonna let anybody take it from me that night. It was
And that's that energy you're
that was
talking
mine.
about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, so, now that you've been through a couple of those, and you're able to kind of look back, that knowing that you had those jitters going, not even necessarily even jitters, but just that in your head, you just were pumped. You had that just, you were pumped. You're ready and to prove something. So now do you feel like you still are going in with something to prove, with like a chip on your shoulder, or is it more of a relaxed situation where now you're doing you?
I feel like, in the sense of, I do have something to prove, and it's always personal because this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I work for every single day. And how I see it is every time I get in there, somebody's trying to take what I work for every single day of my life for me. And so it's always a little personal.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's just finding myself. So like maybe proving something to myself that I can go in there calm, cool, and collected and still fuck shit up like I do.
Right.
Like in the short amount of time that I fuck shit up, I could stretch that out a little bit. And then let's say I do got to fight 3 round fight. I'm gonna be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's another part of why I especially love this sport, is just because that mentality of having to go into it and the whole preparation and just what you have to put yourself through to achieve these moments of glory.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that it's a lot, man, and that's why I always say I respect anybody that steps in there, um, time and time again, especially. You guys go through so much in and out of the ring, octagon, and before you even step in, and then getting out, whether it's losses, wins, you're dealing with injuries. There's a lot that goes into it. So it's always hats off, you guys. Like you said, you're doing 6 weeks out of weight cut, just to make sure that you show up. And that's a question that I have for you as a fighter, knowing that you start so far out to make sure that you make weight. Time and time again, we've seen, every event. There's always one or two. There's always one or two guys that show up and just can't make weight. Um, how does that make you feel as a fighter when you show up, you're at 52, supposed to be at 155, and someone misses it by 4 or 5 pounds? How does that make you feel?
So for me, it's like if it's my opponent, I'm probably still gonna fight you anyways.
Okay.
Because I mean, it happens. Honestly, I've never missed weight personally in my whole life, wrestling or anything. So, but it happens. That shit's hard, bro. Like if you ever done it,
Mm-hmm.
it's fucking hell, bro. That shit sucks.
It
It does.
definitely is, man.
I'm not saying that like I'm not gonna be talk some shit to you if you're my opponent and you miss weight. I'm probably gonna call you a fat ass, but in all reality, bro, like that shit sucks so bad, and that shit is, I don't wish it upon anybody. That shit sucks.
Yeah, it does. I just to understand what you guys went through, I put myself through a weight cut last year, and I ended up slowly getting down to like 157, but then I fucked up, and then I ballooned back up to like 175, 176. And so in like a 3-day period, just doing nothing but biking nonstop, and then sauna in a sauna suit nonstop, I dropped like 20 pounds. And I went from that 176 all the way down like 155.
he
But dude, it
missed
was
his weight.
brutal.
He missed his weight goal by by like 2 pounds, right? And instead of him going after the 2 pounds, he jumped up like 10 within like 3 days.
I know my metabolism gave up and I just gained all that weight back. And then, dude, it got to a point where like I finally stopped because I felt like I was gonna pass out. because just how much I was putting myself through, and then only eating like anywhere from 300 to 600 calories a day. Like, Jesus Christ, it's no joke what you guys go through.
Dude, tell me about it. That shit's like, it's horrible. But at the same time, it's like, it's so worth it. Because like, it's the perfect example of like, you gotta do what you gotta do so you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you just gotta keep telling yourself that. Just do what
Getting
you gotta do so you can do what you want to do.
Exactly. That's a quote right there.
for real. You know, it definitely is crazy though. You know, getting your perspective on it. Again, hearing the respect. 'Cause I always hear respect from you, from your guys' camp. Period. But just the understanding, because it happens. It happens, like I said, at 1 to 2 fights on the card. Someone is either 5 to 6 pounds overweight, and it has to be a catch weight, or someone's outside running to shave off those last 2 or 3 pounds. Um, and I guess it's more of in the moment, but a lot of guys are upset, because they trained so hard to get there and make that weight, and a guy comes in a couple of pounds overweight. Uh, is it more upsetting when they come in at like 5 pounds than it is just a couple, 2 or 3?
I feel like the lower they come in, the more they tried. So
Right.
like if they're within like 3, I feel like they tried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they come in like 5, 10 is ridiculous. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
10.
10, you didn't try. He
10,
was
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he
10
was
like,
eating hot wings
yeah,
yesterday.
dude. You
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like what's unfair about it too is that just the whole conversation around when people miss weight, it immediately swings the odds in a whole different way, because especially with the guys that you could tell it in putting effort, if they're way over by like 8-10 pounds, then it's other guy can't help but take it as like a slap in the face because of how much work he's put into it, and then
Energy
the odds
levels.
are already going to be fucked up. So it's like, bro, come on.
Right.
yeah. If it's like 10 pounds, that's way different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like they should make more weight classes. You kind of can help
I,
eliminate a bit of the issue with that.
if they made 160 or 165, dude, there'd be so many monsters in that weight class.
Man, it- that'd be a hard weight class because
That'd be a crazy weight class. All the big 55ers and all the small 70 pounders.
oh man.
Yeah, bro. That'd be
Dude,
So
crazy.
that'd be
that is a good question because I know they were talking about that with UFC even. Um, I mean, 165, 160 probably would be okay one. I mean, would you separate the heavyweight, make it a heavyweight, super heavyweight?
maybe. I
Because
don't know.
that
I
one,
feel like the smaller heavyweights do pretty well.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, until they meet freaking Nagano and fucking John Jones. Then fucking-
They're like
I mean,
everybody has problems with them.
yeah.
The
right,
guys have problems with them.
right. I mean,
So
what was Brock like? 250, 260?
he was giant, bro.
He was fucking huge when he was fighting.
Dude, gigantic.
Yeah, and didn't they have to make a larger glove size just for him?
They did.
Yeah,
That's
he fucking
crazy, bro.
he was he was fucking punching through his fucking gloves.
Dude, that's big guns, bro.
Yeah, Frank Mir was fucking about 260 or so right at that time, 255. He
Frank
was
Mir,
pretty big.
too.
Yeah, he was pretty big.
He's a big
Mm,
guy.
I
He's
don't
still
know.
yeah.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I came across him at a different event that I covered before, and just, I mean, you could tell he's in his, I think he's in his 40s, but
Yeah,
he's got to be like 6'4", and he's
he's
just
gigantic.
thick.
He's giant.
Yeah, he
yeah,
took one look at me, and I was just like, "Do not fuck me up."
yeah. Oh, Frank Mir's fucking huge. You know who else was big as fuck that I
Tito.
didn't even realize? Who?
You were gonna say Tito?
No, Tim Sylvia.
Okay.
That motherfucker was like 6'10", like 255, 250. Tim Sylvia was huge. And
Dude,
when I
Yeah.
was young, I didn't understand how big of a guy he was until he was in, I think it was like Randy Couture when he fought him. That motherfucker's huge.
Well, that's the crazy part though with like Randy Couture, because him being a smaller guy going against a bigger dude like that.
At wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Slamtown.
Yep.
Slamtown's bad boy, but you go to Slamtown, you may not make it back.
Yeah. 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 And so speaking of wrestling, so you have a pretty long background in wrestling, right, Enrique?
I do.
Okay. Give me a breakdown of it. How long you been doing it?
I've been doing it since I was young, dude. Like, I think the first time I did a tournament, I was probably like 7,
Oh
Damn.
wow.
but I had been practicing and stuff before that. Like, I was young.
Who got you into wrestling?
My football coaches,
Oh wow.
and then
So you was out there tackling for real, and they was like, "Oh, hey, come here."
yeah, yeah, dude. I was just a little dude, and I lit people up, dude. And they happened to be the wrestling coaches, the assistant coaches. So they told me to come try wrestling, and then I ended up quitting football the next year and just wrestling. And I just wrestled.
Nice. Nice. And
Nice.
what all did you, or how many years I would say, did you wrestle from? Like
Uh,
you did all of high school, middle school, and elementary.
yeah, I did.
So
So
Okay.
did you know, um,
it's
in
oh,
high school, huh,
did I know in high school what?
that you were gonna go into MMA?
Dude, I used to tell people all the time that I was gonna fight people. Like, I don't think people believed me, but now people believe me a little,
Oh,
I
they
think.
got to now.
But
I know
yeah, but no, I used to tell people all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna fight people.
dang.
So with that, what got you into that mentality? Like, was there anyone specifically that kind of was like, this is the guy that makes me want to fight people?
So I mean, not exactly. Like, um, I moved I moved around a lot when I was young just because of things,
Mm.
situations. And I had moved from Shawnee, Oklahoma to Prescott. Uh, and my hardship didn't pass, so I couldn't wrestle that year. So I found a gym. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do, so I was like, "What the hell am I gonna do?" I started googling stuff, and I wanted to
Mm.
box at first. And I googled that. I like searched the boxing place. I really wasn't like. I was like, "Nah, I don't want to box. I like wrestling too much." So um, I went to this place, and it was like, it's called Average Joe's. It was like catch wrestling. So I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
I like wrestling." So like I tried that, and then he had like the Muay Thai classes and stuff like that. So I started doing that, and then I took some time off once I got out of high school and stuff, just to work and stuff. And then right around like the beginning of 2020, I started training like hard. Like, I was still training like in between here and there, but not like I should.
It was like
Oh,
But
commit time 2020.
what's up?
I said it was like commit time in 2020.
Yeah, it was like I started doing jujitsu and I started liking it a lot. And I was like, dude, this is what I want to do. Like, this is it.
nice, nice.
And
And so, with it being 2020, was it just something that just happened on its own, or like with how COVID happened and how it closed down all these gyms left and right? Was it like anything particular in that specific year that made you want to?
so mainly, like, to be honest with you, like, me and my girlfriend broke up, and I was just kind of like going through some things that year. And
Gotta exert the
I
energy.
remembered how much I loved it, and I went to it, and I started going.
Yeah, you're like, fuck this shit. I'm about to throw some hands.
Yeah, dude.
Right. Gotta get that energy out, man. Like it has to come
Yeah.
out. It's hard to bottle up, especially that type of high driven energy. You can't bottle
Hmm.
that up. Gotta put it out there, and it's either gonna come out negatively or it's gonna come out positively. So glad you're able
Hmm.
to find something to
Yeah.
bring it positively.
Yeah, and that's the great thing too about MMA in particular for me, because of it provides that outlet for a lot of people. Like like there's just certain people in this world that has that itch, that they have that energy they have to let out, and the more you bottle it up, the more that you feel you become like a worse version of yourself. So to be able to hone it in and direct it and create something great from it, whether it's the discipline or the brotherhood and camaraderie that you get to experience through everyone you meet in life, such as Austin, or it's just the principles and the values it teaches you, and then your ability to defend yourself and take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah. It definitely saved me from myself, as I would describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why like this shit means so much to me. Like I train with passion. Like this shit is
Yeah,
important as fuck to me, bro. Like I work
that's
my
just yeah, it's your therapy.
yeah, this is my life, bro. I don't do anything else.
Yeah, man. No, I love it. We can see it. I can see the passion. You know, fight fight week or fight weekend when you're there. Like I can see it. I can feel it. I can feel the energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dope to see your growth as well. In and out the cage. You know, watch you. Um, turn your dreams into reality. Dope thing.
I can't wait to get out there and like show you guys what I've been working on because I've been working, bro.
I
Yeah,
can't wait
yeah.
now. I,
It's,
I want to hear this damn spoiler, man. I need this spoiler. I want to know who it is because Josh has been saying he's had an idea for like 2 weeks.
I don't want them to get mad at me. Josh is allowed to say who he thinks it is, though.
Yeah, I'm not telling you
I'm
two,
not
but
allowed to
Josh
say
has
who
this
it is,
idea.
and I
You
can't
can
say yes or no, but
Who
allowed to. Josh is allowed to guess.
you got,
okay.
Josh? Who
Do you
who are you
want me?
thinking?
Um, Only because of the timing of when I heard about it. Was it Malike Chavez? That's who I'm taking a guess. Only because the timing of when I found out you're gonna be fighting was the same time I found out about him. And I know that he fought at 170, but I don't know if he'd fight at a lower weight. So that was my guess.
Enrique, why haven't you looked at the screen since he said that?
No, it's not though. It's
Oh,
not.
Okay.
it's not
All
okay.
right. I'm like, is he giving me the straightest face ever? He's just not gonna look back
I
up.
was like, hold on. No,
No,
it's not.
okay. That was the only guess because I haven't seen any other announcements anywhere else for anybody else. And so when I heard both you guys simultaneously at the time, I was like, wait a second, James, wait, what?
Man,
That's what I mean. I feel like it's weird that they haven't announced it yet.
I
Yeah.
think
They
this
have
week,
announced it actually, but they haven't put a lot of things on it. But I think it's just because they didn't want to like confuse people with dates and stuff with the Muay Thai event,
right,
Yeah.
right.
And kind of keep
that's
a continuous hype going.
and they were
I,
promoting that. But
yeah,
so it's not confusing. But like I'm just saying, like
I think
I'm
this week
surprised.
we'll
I
start
feel like
seeing.
they'll announce some things soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this week we'll start seeing some stuff. We
Yeah.
got to. We got to.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm excited. So Paul's asking when your next fight is. He says he wants to get some tickets.
It is April 22nd, and I will get you tickets as soon as they give me a link, bro. Like as soon as they give me a link and they start selling tickets, I got you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And again, that's what I love about the community of MMA as well, because you're starting out, you have a name that you're looking to stamp in this industry, and it's the people that support you along the way that makes it such a great experience.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel the love. Definitely. You
Yeah,
feel
man.
it.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. And so to kind of take a new direction, I know James was going to ask the question, but I wanted to ask, what fighter in particular did you especially like growing up?
Growing up,
Mm-hmm.
Connor.
Connor.
Yeah. But like now I like Dustin Poirier and I like Max Holloway. Those are my favorite fighters.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. I
Max
could see a
Holloway.
little bit of Max Holloway in you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a fucking beast, man.
Dog, bro. He's a fucking dog.
And
I'm
people
the
don't
best
even give him
boxer.
enough credit, man. They don't give him the credit he deserves. Like he's by far one of the greatest to ever fight in
I think
my
he's one
time.
of the best featherweights of all time, bro. Like
Mm,
next to Volkanovski, like for sure.
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, he's whooped on everybody, even his losses. Like people walked out the ring fucked up. Like
Well, that second time him and Volk fought, dude, It was close.
Yeah, I was razor thin. I think
It
what
was
happened in the third fight was it was that big old cut on Max's face. That's what just inhibited the whole fight.
Volk was just smooth that night too, dude. He was
Yeah.
slick,
Volk, man.
dude.
I I'm gonna tell you the truth. I doubted Volk. Like I thought he was
ev-
gonna lose to Max Holloway. I thought he was gonna get his ass beat by what you call it.
By
But
Islam?
yeah, by Islam, I thought he's gonna get his ass beat. But honestly, Islam better not fight him again. If I'm Islam, I ain't taking that fight ever again. I'm like, oh hell, I ain't getting back in the ring with him. Fuck
They
that.
need to though.
I- They
They
do.
run it back. They really do.
They
But
do.
yeah, that
But
probably.
I
I don't
think
know.
Islam has more to
What the
lose.
dog? Who do you think won that fight?
So Islam won just because of that bullshit control points.
In that fourth round.
Dude, but the
Yeah.
whole time he was on his back, he was getting punched in the
He was
face.
getting fucked
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
he was getting
like
fucked, bro.
I can understand why the judges would give the decision, but in like hindsight, you look at the way that it was ending. If it would have continued any longer, Alex would have finished him.
Dude, I think Volk won.
I
Like as far as like I don't know, like looking at a fight and a fighter standpoint, I think that Volk won. I think he
Yep.
got the benefit.
he
Dude,
he
he was tough
definitely applied the most
the
damage.
whole time, bro.
Yeah, like
Wild.
Islam did he held the fuck on. He like literally held on for 2 rounds because he was getting his ass worked.
Yep. And he couldn't answer Volk's defense. Like his wrestling defense was something I definitely underestimated because he
Dude,
was
that
phenomenal.
standing switch was beautiful.
Didn't he
And
get Islam down?
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
first one.
Fuck.
And you know, I think honestly, his height difference actually worked in his favor in that fight more than I've seen it work in his favor before. Like Islam was punching over him on shit, and that was actually where he was getting a lot of his wrestling in with those punches. He was just punching over that short. He was so short too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Islam has good hands though. He
Yeah,
proved striking, bro.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
really
I
good
was
fight.
surprised about that part,
Yeah.
especially.
Striking's pretty damn good, dude.
So Usman and Edwards,
Oh.
I gotta ask you about that because
I don't know, bro.
do you believe Edwards is a better fighter than Usman, or do you believe Edwards knows Usman?
I
That
think I'm not blaming the win on it, but like I feel like Edwards like grabbed the fence and that was some dirty shit because he knew what was gonna happen. He knew he was gonna get a point taken away and he was gonna get the reset,
and he was
Mhm.
okay with that.
as opposed to I feel like that was some dirty shit. But
It was definitely a business decision. It was
Yeah.
definitely a business decision.
fight IQ, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the intricate part of this sport too with MMA because you have to. I mean, no matter what, you can't really escape those kind of fighters that use some type of dirty tricks or try to do something like that way.
Fighting, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's fighting. You have to be able to adapt to it.
Yeah.
Like, what was it back in the day? More than half the roster was on steroids, and you have natty guys trying to fight that.
Yeah,
Shit.
dude. It's
Pride, it was headbutting and eye gouging and
yeah, crazy.
no, I really do think though that Leon did get away with. I can't. It's hard to say he got away with 2 of them, but he did get away with it. Like he knows Usman better than any other fighter
Mhm.
that's ever fought Usman.
Well, he's fought him 3 times now, yeah.
Yeah.
But they trained together forever.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't know. It'd be crazy if they did a fourth fight because I know Usman still mentioned something like he was wanting that.
I'm sure
Yeah.
he does.
I think they're gonna make Usman do some things, but like, who's he gonna
Hmm.
fight? Covington again?
Yeah, for the third time.
But
Yeah,
Covington has a
that's
fight.
like that's the
Mhm.
only one he could really do.
Yeah.
Covington's a monster, dude.
Yeah, no,
He
Just
is.
people hate him, bro. Like, if you pay attention to him not running his mouth and just his fighting, dude, he is a monster.
he makes it difficult.
Hmm. And he
He
fights
makes
as a natural weight.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
he really is, man. I like Kobe's. He's one of the best. He's one of
His
the best.
gas tank and his pressure are unreal, dude.
Doesn't he run like 10 to 20 miles a day?
I have no idea what he does, dude.
It's ungodly. That I
Right.
know for sure.
Like,
Oh man, that's funny. But
dude, that
man,
is wild.
before we get out of here, um, we've asked you our partying questions before, so I guess we won't go through that part. Um, Actually, we never asked you the trainer question. Go ahead with that one, Josh.
Oh yeah. So a question that I started asking is that for just one MMA match, if you could pick anybody to coach or be in your corner just for that one fight, they could be alive or dead, who would you pick?
So, like, in my corner,
Yeah, whether you want them to be just a cornerman or your coach for the corner. Like we've had people say Habib, people our last guy, Jose, he actually said his I think what was it, his grandfather?
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's like anybody you'd want.
probably like Max Holloway, dude. And then just like my corner people I got now, honestly. Like, that's my
We get
team,
that
bro.
one a lot. We get that
Mm,
one a lot.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
camaraderie's there, man.
I got a good corner.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
all those guys over there. Austin, Fake, uh, they're all
Yeah,
good guys, man.
they're good
They
people,
really
bro.
are. Aaron,
Oh
all
yeah,
you guys are good.
all of them,
Mhm.
all of them. They're all good people, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you got to love the brotherhood that forms because that's been a more common answer we get with that question is like, no, I'd rather just stick with my team, because it's your team that trains with you day in and day out and goes to that blood, sweat, and tears, and they know you better than anybody else.
Right. That's why I think Leon Edwards got away with whooping on Usman because he knows that motherfucker well. They fucking trained for so goddamn long. Oh man! But before we get out of here, anything that you want to say? Anybody you want to shout out?
Just shout out my team, dude. Coach Glenn, Sadiq, Austin, Kayla, Aaron, Greg, just everybody, Patrick, um, and my family, bro. Always, and you guys, bro. Thanks for having me on, bro. It was
Hey,
cool to talk to you guys. It was dope.
we
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you,
you,
man.
man. We
But
appreciate
yeah, dude. Uh, don't fucking blink, dude. It's gonna be a fucking show. I promise.
Hell yeah.
you.
I
Hey,
love that, man. I love your energy. And no matter what, I will say it time and time again, it's a privilege to be a part of your guys' story because God damn, it's just meeting and getting to know every one of you guys, just champions everywhere. And it's the career that I see for you guys is fucking beautiful.
right. Started
Appreciate
from the bottom. Now we hear shit.
this way, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
man,
excited. Can't wait to see you on April 22nd.
Can't wait, bro.
definitely, man. Well, we'll be there. We'll see you at the weigh-ins and afterwards for a post-fight interview after that victory, man.
Fuck yeah, let's do it, bro.
Hell yeah.
See
Hell
y'all soon.
yeah.
All right.
All
All
right,
right.
See you
Peace,
soon,
man.
bro.
peace.
Man. Yeah, man. It's gonna be another one. I can't wait for the stuff to start coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Where we can have a little bit more conversation, a little bit more insight
Mm-hmm.
on the upcoming event. I do know that the Gannon, I said the Shannon the Gannon, he will be fighting.
Yeah, wasn't that was the guy that came in towards the end of the Muay Thai event and they just challenged each other in the ring, right?
Yeah, so the guy that came in, he is from Brazil, I believe he is,
Yeah.
and he's a kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's supposed to be. I think this is his first MMA out. Isn't it?
Interesting. Now, here's a question that's probably going to back and forth. Does Shannon have a wrestling background?
Yeah. So Shannon Rich, I'm not sure if you know. too much about him, but he's been around for ever,
Hmm.
bro. He has over 60 wins. Yeah, he's been around forever. Last time he was at Rough was
It's had to have been a minute because I don't think I've known or met him yet. And I've been working with Ruff since 46. So it had to probably like 2021, huh? Or if not later.
yeah, because I think or like 43 or something. Because I think he fought Michael Quintero.
Michael Quintero. Okay.
Quintero, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, so he's been around forever. He does have a wrestling background. We'll probably see him take him to the ground, especially in this fight because
Hmm.
you know how them kickboxers are, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we talk about it all the time. Like just the importance of if you're stepping into MMA, then you got to be well versed in every aspect, if not already dabbling in it, especially because you see oftentimes these mixed matches between like kickboxers and wrestlers. And if the kickboxers have outstanding takedown defense and they can hold off, then boom, it's a clinic on those wrestlers easily. But if they don't have that defense and that ability to counter the wrestling, then we're going to see like similar to like John Jones and Cyril Gahn, or maybe in some cases when Curtis Blades has fought some of his guys.
Right, right, right. Yeah, it was October of 21.
Oh, okay.
Rough Puff, Rough Puff and Rumble.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Mhm.
dope. Yeah, actually, I remember seeing that actually just when I was first starting to get with Ruff. I looked back and I saw the Rough and Puff.
Yeah, so that was my first one that I ever attended.
Ooh.
Shannon and Michael Quintero was supposed to fight him, and Samson Guerrero actually subbed him. I forgot what ended up happening. And then I saw Austin Worms for the first time, and then I seen who else did I see? Oh, that was also Barry Hedgebeth and Derek Frida. Were on that card too. Um,
Oh.
Chris Sandoval was on that card. There was a lot of fights, a lot of people on that card. Looking back at it, yeah, that was a really good card. But yeah, so that's one fight we do know of that we are able
Yeah.
to speak about right
I
now.
do know as well the local Lake Havasu boy, Trenton Byers, he's set to defend his belt as well on Rough 54.
But
Yeah. He posted it, Bridge City, they posted it on their story saying they had a back shot of Trenton when he had his arms out in the octagon. And it said that they're set, ready to go to defend his belt yet again on Rough 54.
boy, fighters champ.
Hmm.
Man.
And it
Um,
also begs the question, will there be other Bridge City fighters on that card too?
Typically, they
Yeah.
roll together. We
Yeah.
had Rough 53 in between, enough
Yeah.
time off. And I know somebody over there for sure. I know two people over there for sure that want to whoop some ass after this last fight.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and name drop right now. Devin Ray. Fucking, I love that guy. And Devin Ray, Brandon Elizondo. I can't wait to see them come back in because having gotten to train with them personally and just see that fire underneath them, oh, bro, their potential is just fucking boundless.
Yeah. No, I know for sure. I know for sure B's ready.
Mm-hmm.
He was so disappointed and hurt in that last one. And we were actually talking about that today, just not waking weight. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
um yeah, I definitely am waiting for these announcements.
Yep. And
Definitely.
you know what popped in my head too?
Hmm.
Didn't Marcus on our last interview with him talk about him trying to get on the Rough 54 card? Possibly trying to get that belt?
Well, that would be beautiful.
That would be very beautiful.
I
You
ain't
just
seen
see him walk
in
in,
a while.
punches and pints across his shorts.
I ain't seen that. I ain't seen Marcus fight in a minute. So I would love to see that fight.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
man. Yeah. No, I would definitely be dope.
Wait, you mumbled that last part.
I said that would definitely be dope. I forget, man. I gotta stay close to this mic. It's not set up very well. I guess.
I know you see me. The mic is almost just an extension of my nose because I just keep it right here.
I can't. All right, Tucon.
Hey, I'm having a very intimate moment with my mic. Okay, chill out.
I can tell. I can tell. So before we get out of here, anything you want to say this time around?
No, it's a blast to come on every single time and talk to these guys. And no matter what, it's always a privilege getting to know these people. And I think, honestly, I think the whole concept of what it means to to be privileged in that way is really construed in today's era where it's more of this humbling approach. It's a privilege to get to experience these guys' journeys, to watch them grow, to watch their story as they develop. And it's a privilege to just experience life in its entirety and to get to watch people live it to its fullest.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. It's dope, man. Every rough, every event has a story. Everybody that enters that octagon has a story. You know, even
Mm,
with the backstage. CJ, Dave, uh, Steven, commentary, like everybody, right? Rough it, Rough Rye,
mhm.
Wreck It Rye. Um, there's just so many aspects and so many things that go into putting these events on. And it's really dope to see. Get put
Mhm.
together and what they turn out to be at the end. Especially this last one, man. I'm gonna probably say it all year. You're gonna hear me say Rough 53, Rough 53, Rough 53.
Yep.
It just put it on. It just put everybody on notice. Arizona. We have some of the best fighters in the world, and bringing Muay Thai back, and
Mhm.
having that connection to Thailand, that direct connection to Thailand. There's going to be so much fucking talent coming through,
Yeah.
and the respect level that we talk about in the community. Um, I think that Rough 53 took it to a whole nother height. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like it. Like I said, I'm gonna keep repeating myself. It was peaceful fucking war. It was the most
Yep.
peaceful event I've ever been a part of, where people were whooping each other to fucking smithereens.
Yeah.
Um, and I will say, shout out to Jonathan Hoglund. I'll give a shout out to Zach Fox as well. That was a great fucking fight. I personally, and this is no disrespect to Zach at all, but I personally thought that John won the fight. Um,
I think so too. Again, no disrespect to Zach, but I do feel when John won that fight.
I just, and again, I am not a Muay Thai ref, judge, any of that stuff. I know that they score things a little bit differently.
Hmm.
I just felt as if John had attacked more
A
than
lot more
Zach did.
aggressive.
And then aggression is here to say, or here or there,
Hmm.
because aggression doesn't always implement, or impose your will or
Yeah.
implement damage. He was definitely more aggressive, but I felt as if he just attacked more, and landed more to me. But hey, I'm not a judge, so
Yeah. we we have our own personal opinions. But of course we love everybody and we love all these guys and we respect everybody its entirety too. And while we're at it, I did want to also give a shout out to CJ too, because CJ, he's one of the guys running Rough Nation, and to really show the human side with like him, for example, he helped put on and organize this whole event. But what people don't see behind the scenes is just the struggle that he went through. Like, I know that he posted it on his social media, but like his entire house flooded and he'd been staying in a hotel room for a while. And just the respect for that, the fact that to have such a crisis like that, but to still make an amazing event like this happen. Like, it just makes it so much sweeter and such a more beautiful experience because he gets to enjoy the fruits of his labors, regardless of the sacrifices or the hardships that he faced.
Right. No, I agree. Totally agree. I definitely do. I mean, it's a different ball game, man. Different,
Mm-hmm.
totally different. Playing around with these things, but
You got a little zoomed in for our ugly side.
right. But yeah, man. Another great episode. Um, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I think I'm all set. You guys definitely got to check out Throwing Hands. Stay tuned every week. We go live every week. No matter what, we get the job done.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we shall see you next week. Who do we have on next week?
We have on next week Louis Abushar. That one I'm excited about. It may not be Tuesday at 8, but we're going to figure that out because he is actually going through Ramadan. So from 8 to 9, he does his prayers at the mosque. And of course, I don't want to interrupt that. So we'll figure something out with him and make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll definitely make it happen. Got some other stuff under our sleeve as well. Like I was saying, Shannon, the Cannon's going to be on uh,
Mm-hmm.
in April. We're going to be talking to the announcer of Ruff um, very, very soon.
Yeah.
The hype man. Yeah, we got some stuff underneath our hat here. We're going to definitely get this stuff lined up, bring some great content. And if you
Mm-hmm.
haven't already, please download our app, Watch ASAP Network on your favorite smart television, or download it on your smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
Apple or Google Store, doesn't matter. We are there. We appreciate the support. So trying to grow, trying to bring
Mm-hmm.
you guys the best content we can. So definitely download it, support it. You know, like Young Dro said.
Yeah, check this out, man. It's your boy Young Dro. I'm in the building with ASAP Sports, man. If you ain't here, you ain't nowhere, man. As soon as possible, get here. You dig?
Gotta download it.
Oh, it was perfect how you set that up.
But yeah, man. Until next time, I'm Jay.
And I'm Josh.
This is Throwing
Peace.
Hands.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole